So I gain no pleasure in making this video. I don't like making these kind of videos because we're basically calling other people out in the preposphere that are the prep tubers that are trying to make money or trying to help, whatever it may be. But it was brought to my attention by several of my actual Patreons, my followers that are part of my community, that this was something that happened, and that we should be paying attention to it. And each time someone else said something to me, even though I said that I would look into it, it started to gain weight, more weight, and more weight. It's like maybe I should be paying more attention to this. Maybe I should try and find out what this is about. And so I looked into it, and unfortunately, it's one of those things. God, I hate doing this. I guess let me just flip the switch. I hate doing this. I hate doing this because it's negative in so many ways, but I can't have my followers out there running around going, "Oh my God, there's a national emergency that we need to be aware of." It's very bothersome. It's very bothersome. Let's take the good with the bad. Let's start with the good.
Hi, it's Alaska Granny. I thought I would share with you today an article that I found in the news that I thought was very interesting. These are the types of articles that we need to be aware of so that we get our finger on the pulse of what's actually going on. This is the type of information.
And we do this all the time. We do this all the time, not just we as in the prep, not just we as prep tubers, but like in the prepper itself. You guys watch the news, you're looking for information, you're trying to stay ahead of the game, and sometimes things are not what they seem. Watch.
That as preppers we really want to pay attention to so that we know what's coming. Why you need a national emergency fund. Part of being prepared for any contingency, big or small, is having a reserve of emergency cash at your disposal at all times. When you
Okay, we talk about this all the time. You should have money in your go bag. You should have money set aside. You should have 3 months worth of your bills money set aside, because that's the amount of time that it takes the average person to find another job if they're fired from their old job. 3 months is the rule. It's the same thing. Like you should, when you get married, your wedding and engagement ring should be commensurate with your salary. So basically, the more money you make, it's supposed to be 3 months worth of salary. So that's how much the ring is supposed to be worth. Let's go.
you can't rely on accessing your funds electronically, you'll need some legal tender to buy food, gas, or other necessities. Whether it's Mother Nature or some other disaster out of your control, you always want to be prepared by having emergency cash on hand. Banks and ATMs may not be up and running for days after a strong storm. I recommend clients have 3 to 5 days worth of spending money just in case. Now that's
Absolutely. 100%. Totally, completely true. 100%. I think it's all about the context. I think it's all about the delivery. I found this article. Today is Monday, July 27th, 2026. I want you to remember that, okay? I want you to remember that. Alaska Granny, lots of credibility, great lady. I've never met her, but I've watched her stuff. I am subscribed to her channel. At least I think I am. Yeah, I'm subscribed to her channel. But the reality is we we have to pay attention to this. And maybe she's just trying to relay good advice to people, and she found this article, and so now she's reading the article to you, and that's great. Maybe she's just trying to create content. I don't know. She's got 164,000 subscribers. I think she has the ability to make content, so I'm trying to stay positive here. But there's an issue. There's an issue, and I'm going to see if I can't line this up. I think it's like right about there. Let's go ahead and switch back.
anything that you need and that you really pay attention to what's going on. I'm very concerned that just the regular mainstream media is warning us of a national emergency, that it could be dropped on us right away, and we need to prepare as quickly as possible.
Okay, so and I hate to that was 8 minutes into a 10-minute video. And I really hate to cherry pick this information because like I said, everything she's saying from this article, it's true it's true to an extent, but it's how you format it. And what I'm getting from the people that told me about this, that were like trying to like get me to like, hey, what is the story with this? There was concern in their communications with me. And so I do the research and I find out that the article does exist. It is real, but it's from November 24th. I'm sorry, November 13th, 2024. I don't get it. This was good information. Maybe she was formatting it badly, but towards the end of her video, she like made it sound like the mainstream media was telling us that there was something going on. And so I did the research. I did the research, guys, and I mean, I scoured the internet. I used artificial intelligence. Go find me stuff that talks about the mainstream media. And what is they have their warning of a national emergency. And the bottom line was no. You know, has the mainstream media in the last week been warning us of a national emergency? No, mainstream media has not been warning the public of a broad national emergency in the last week. What has appeared in recent reporting was routine continuation of existing national emergencies, where, if you guys didn't know this, we're under a certain state of national emergency all the time. The president signs an order, says it's a national emergency. It could be anything. It could be the price of tea. It could be diapers. It could be anything. Okay. Targeted Department of Energy emergency order. It directed the Southwest Power Pool to dispatch certain generation units and use backup resources as needed across part of 17 states to prevent blackouts amid hot weather. Okay, so that is not going to be, our funds will not be necessary for that. State level declarations, such as Virginia's statewide state of emergency after severe storms, flooding, and related damage. That's not going to be, that's not a national level emergency. And then there's speculation and opinion pieces about the possibility of future presidential national emergency declarations tied to elections and midterms. Guys, that's 2 years. That's 2 years from now. That's 2 years from now. And oh, by the way, who was the president in November of 2024? Yeah, it was that guy. It was old Sleepy. So, like I said, I hate to do this, but my followers and my Patreons are asking me these. I've probably been asked 6, 7 times by 12 different people, like, what do you think of this? What should I be doing? And all of the advice is good, but the situation just doesn't exist. So there's no reason to be pulling the panic ripcord on trying to save all of your money. You should have had it already. That's what I'm telling you. You should have your money set aside already. If you don't, then start now, because things will start to get a little hairy around the elections in 2 years. Something to think about. Until the next time, stay safe. Have a great day. I'll see you when I see you. And if you like what I'm doing, do me a favor. Nope, I always put it on the wrong side. Over there. Go over there. Watch another video. And if you really like what I'm doing, like, go down there. Go down there. That's where you'll find the good stuff. That's the community. That's the Patreon. Bye bye.